Hey, this TK, Irish at the Camp Kennerk podcast, and you won't believe what we got going on. We have a happy camper interview, number 17. Yes, we have pulled 16 other people to come on and become happy campers. Now, that's not easy because we want to be faithful to our listeners and out there in the galaxy. So, Doug, the neighbor, give me the news. Give me the 911 on our happy camper.
TK, it's so good to see you. And this is a terrific day. This is podcast number 111. And we do have a happy camper uh, guest today. And I've buffaloed him into stepping forward. And I have interviewed him before. I interviewed him on the Doug the Neighbor radio show on Spotify, December 2nd in 2022 in San Antonio. So he kind of knows the mayhem and the chaos that we are going to create. And the number one rule is we're not too interested in details. So if he's got a good story here, and he is my fraternity brother, Tom Behan. And he and I met in El Paso, Texas, where we attended the University of Texas. And I would like to introduce him, a long, long time friend. And we have him here. Tom, how are you?
I'm fantastic, Doug, and good to meet you, Tom.
My
And
pleasure.
great to be here.
Welcome
Uh,
to the land of insanity. We have free round trip tickets every Saturday and Sunday.
well, I'm pleased to be aboard, and I'm surprised that you wanted me back after that last time around, Doug. So I appreciate the invitation.
Oh, well, the radio podcast actually was a very good podcast, Tom, because you did expose a lot of good stuff about your life, of your varied life, of where you are in life, and your thoughts concerning the fraternity brothers and why you do the reunion, and we'll touch on that later, and your essence in life. And so it was needed to be captured. Now we are on to a Zoom podcast and very, very happy to have you. So let's begin in the beginning. You and I are fraternity brothers from the University of Texas, El Paso, and we were in SAE, Sigma Alpha Epsilon.
We were, Doug, and I have a story for you, a
Oh,
quick
yes,
one,
please.
that's related to back in the day. We were not only fraternity brothers, but you mentioned on a previous podcast that you had here with Tom that you were a lifeguard at the Hilton Inn in El Paso.
Yes, the
Uh,
Skywriters Club, yes.
Skywriters, yes. Now, I don't know if we met there or not. It's been too many years. We may have. You remember old Henry Gerardo and
Yes,
was our
yes,
boss.
yes.
I spent 2 years in my um, college summers, also at the Skywriters Club as a lifeguard.
Excellent.
Now, that's the foundation of what I'm going to share with you next. You mentioned on that podcast that you had a squamous cancer issue in
Yes,
your right ear that was diagnosed just a
right.
few months ago, correct?
Yes, so this is about 3 or 4 years ago. Yes, you can see here that I had part
Yeah.
of my ear chipped off. Yes.
Okay, I didn't know it was 3 or 4 years ago, but I thought maybe it was earlier this year because earlier this year in my right ear, I had a squamous cancer removed just a few months ago. So I'm wondering, both of us, we were in the same lifeguard chair. And I don't know if it was just the angle or whatever, but we both paid a price.
I like that. I like that connection, Tom. That is very, very interesting.
Yeah,
We were also roommates for a while.
that's
Okay.
right. Yeah, we roomed
Okay.
together, and of course
Yes.
the years that we were together in the fraternity and some good times in El Paso as a recent reunion. Just we revisited some of those for sure.
Yes, a couple of months ago. Now, for our viewers in the galaxy, a Sigma Alpha Epsilon, where we met, is a fraternity, a college fraternity that started in 1856 in the University of Alabama. Is that correct?
That's
Yeah.
right. Noblesse devotee. Yeah.
Yes, and that's how we met. We were in the same pledge class, and we started our friendship as fraternity brothers, and we've continued our friendship on. Now, when I graduated from University of Texas El Paso, I moved on to Dallas. Now, you moved on to where?
I moved on to Alaska, which was a far stretch, but my father was up there, had been up there for a couple of years, and had some businesses where he needed some help. He called me after I graduated, asked if I had some interest coming up there to help him out. Not a lot of things were happening in the El Paso economy, which is probably one of the reasons you went to Dallas, and I ended up going to Alaska.
Yes, and one of the most interesting things is, and what did you do in Alaska? I think this is great.
Well, initially, my dad, my father had two businesses. One was a collection agency, which had a franchise with Allied Finance Adjusters to repossess any cars or trucks or RVs that ended up in Alaska, were delinquent and had to be repossessed. So I spent my time with him doing that. And the way he operated, he would go in and basically steal the car or truck out of someone's driveway in the middle of the night. And there are more guns in Alaska than there are in Texas, on a per capita basis. So you can imagine some of that got a little bit dangerous. On top of that, he took over. He was offered a bail bonding business, which was offered to him after the bail bondsman in Anchorage was murdered.
Oh,
And
this is getting good.
yeah, and not only was he murdered, his predecessor was also murdered. So there were two murders, and then there was my dad, and then there was me, who he recruited to help him a lot in that business as well. So I had some very interesting first 2 or 3 years in Anchorage, where we were domiciled, and some exciting times, and I made a lot of money. Those were very lucrative businesses. But I finally realized, I said, hey, this is crazy. I'm not using my education. I want to make Anchorage my home, and I need to make a change. So I got into the banking business, had a nice career there, helped start a bank, sold the bank, and then went on into the athletic club business.
Okay. Now, also, you didn't. You're the danger of being possibly number three in the bail bondsman business. Dead, right?
Yes, in fact, I had to carry a gun. I didn't want to, but my dad said, they're not going to let you go home and get it. Uh, so
That's
yeah,
funny.
I carried a gun. I didn't have to use it, thank goodness. We had a few instances where we had to remand people to custody, meaning, and it's amazing. Bail bondsmen have tremendous flexibility. They can go across state lines. They can go through doors. They can do anything necessary because they're an officer of the court to grab someone who didn't show up in court, get them back in jail, and get them in front of a judge.
And I think the bail bonds law dates back to something like 1836, the
I believe,
fugitive law. Uh, some
yes,
constitutional. Yes, the bail bondsmen do have a lot of power.
tremendous leeway. Yes, yeah, and
Okay. So you're in Alaska and you're chasing down people who can't pay their car payments and skip court. Then you said you went into the banking business, and then you went down to Seattle. Is that correct? You moved to Seattle?
well, from the banking business, I went into the athletic club business. I was
Oh,
fortunate to be able to buy a very large recreation facility that the Teamsters Union put up for sale. My banking years and connections, I managed to be able to raise the money to buy that facility, and spent the next 17 years with a partner, not only building new facilities, but also acquiring others. And we ended up with a 19 club network of clubs in Alaska, Anchorage, Fairbanks, and Juneau. And then we sold that operation to a private equity firm in New York in October of 2007.
oh, okay. Very
Yeah,
good.
and
So you
then
grew from one fitness situation to 19.
Yes, yeah, overtime in Alaska, and then that's when I went. Actually, I secured the area development agreement for the city of Houston with Planet Fitness, and I moved from Anchorage down to Seattle. I didn't go to Houston because my son lives there, and he's the one that's been operating those clubs from the time we started those in 2008. I'm sorry,
Okay.
2000, a little later than that, 2009 probably.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're in El Paso and your dad calls you and he takes you up to Anchorage, Alaska. You're in Seattle and you've got a situation in Houston. So you called your son to go to Houston and run that situation. Is that correct?
That's almost correct. Fortunately, he was already in Houston, so that helped.
But he's now going to be working for the old man.
Well, yeah, I set him up pretty well. I funded it, and he found some partners, and we've all been very fortunate to have a good operation there for the last 17, 18 years, whatever that is.
Okay, now that makes it very interesting. So you're in the sports business. Uh, so, and it's what is the name of the company in Houston?
It's the Planet Fitness franchise in Houston. Planet
Okay.
Fitness is a franchise that's all over the country now.
Oh, okay. All right. So, man, you have the Houston area. So the Houston
Correct.
franchise package.
Right. Right.
Oh, okay. So, uh, how many stores or places do you have now?
Right now, today, we have 53 operating stores in the greater Houston area.
Greater Houston area. Now, does that mean that you have something in Conroe, north of Houston, or
Yes,
Beaumont that's in the Houston area, or
yes,
not? Or what?
yes, and yes. Matter of fact, it's yeah, the greater Houston area. I believe both those places we have clubs. Yeah. Conroe for sure. I believe we have one in Beaumont as well.
Oh, okay. So you get an area
Yes,
package for with Planet Fitness.
right. The franchisor is a public company, and we are the franchisees. So
Okay.
we pretty much have to run our operation within the guidelines of the franchise that the franchisor lays down.
Oh, okay. So they have their rules. You got to do it this way. You got to do it that way.
Right,
That way.
right.
Oh, okay. So now that's all in Houston, but you're living in Phoenix?
Scottsdale.
Oh, you're living in Scottsdale. Okay. Uh,
Yeah, from Seattle, my wife and I, we've been snowbirds down in Arizona for years, out of Alaska initially, also
mm,
Seattle, and then we moved down to Arizona permanently about 10 years ago. And
okay.
reversed. We reversed. We've been spending our summers up in Washington until this year, when we decided to get a place here in Flagstaff and shorten that commute.
Okay. Now, I understand that. Now, Flagstaff is how far from Phoenix?
About 150 miles, about two from door to door. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes,
Oh, okay. So that's nice. Nice commute.
and
Yeah.
about a 25-degree difference in temperature because Flagstaff is up here in the mountains, about 7,000 feet.
Okay,
And
so do you have any? I had some friends who went to Flagstaff for a while and they left because the air problem, you're higher up, so the breathing situation. Does that
yes,
affect you? Do you notice that, anything like that?
I haven't had a significant uh, issue with that. Fortunately, I have noticed that when I first came up here, you could tell that things were different when I was hiking around with my dog, and I could tell that there was an altitude difference. But I'm pretty well acclimated to it now.
Okay. Now, can
Yeah,
you get Mexican food up in Flagstaff?
yeah, yes, you can. Yeah, you can get just about any kind of different food. It's a great little town. It's a university town. The Northern Arizona University is up here,
Oh, okay.
and it's also the one of the Route 66 path and major intersection of I-40 and I-17 meet here in Flagstaff as well. So it has a lot of nice things going for it here in the mountains.
Okay. And a golf course where you can go golfing?
Absolutely. Yeah. More than one. There's a few of them.
Oh, okay. Now, how big is Flagstaff? Yeah.
Well, they say the permanent population is about 60,000, but then that swells in when school is in session and all the students
Oh,
come in.
okay. All right. So
Nice little town.
now, can you get cable? Can you get your sports teams up there?
Oh yeah, you can get anything. In fact, although I have a Starlink here with Elon Musk Starlink, we
Yeah.
have a connection, and also there's a major observatory here where they discovered Pluto. As a matter of fact, the
Oh, is that
Lowell,
where?
yeah,
Okay.
the Lowell Observatory is here, and the Flagstaff is what they call a dark city, where they really manage nighttime light to make sure people can see these stars, and it's uh, it's pretty spectacular when there's no clouds in the sky.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Now, that seems like a pretty good move to go from Phoenix to Flagstaff as opposed to the hike up to Seattle. But
Yeah,
you're making it work up there. Now, back to your Planet Fitness. Uh, let's say I want to open up a Planet Fitness here in Austin, but there's probably and there's no, but there's probably some here someplace. Okay,
they are.
so do I call the do I go online and call them on up and say I want to open a Planet Fitness place? Is it something like that?
Yeah, you could do that. Austin is a major market area. There's a group that has a number. I don't know how many, but they're well represented in Austin, and all the major cities in the U.S. now have a pretty good representation of Planet Fitness. I was on the very early recognition of this with my contacts in the fitness business, and I saw it as something that was really going to take off. I thought. I mean, I didn't know for sure, but they had a price point of $10 a month, which
Yes.
was unheard of in the industry at the time. And I thought, if you can actually make money like that, that's going to be really something, and potentially as a franchise be the McDonald's of the fitness industry. And sure enough, that's emerging. They're the largest high value, low cost model that's out there today.
Okay. So, and also the obesity situation in America, right? We're getting fatter. So, you
Right?
know, go join a gym, that sort
Yeah.
of aspect. Now, you said you had 50 places there in Houston. You must be one of the largest franchisees in the country. How many would Miami have? How many would Los Angeles have?
Yeah. I think we have the fourth largest franchisee grouping of clubs in the country, and Houston is actually the fourth largest city in the country. So
Yeah.
uh, we're blessed to be able to operate in that large of a population.
Okay. All right. You're making me thirsty just hearing you talk about all this exercise. You got your Dr. Pepper there, TK? Do you have your Dr. Pepper there?
Sitting here working up a thirst just hearing the fact that you're 7,000 feet up in the air and you're looking for Pluto. Now, my question is,
We found it.
does Disney know that you found Pluto there, or is that just
No,
a well-kept secret?
that's the standing joke, is just why didn't they just look in Anaheim?
Yeah. Tom, what are you drinking there? What do you have? Show us to the camera here. We'll give them a
I
plug.
have a I have a spin. What do they call it? Spin drift. And this is I think it's a raspberry lemonade. It's a basically a club soda that has been had some fruit squeezed into it. It's just sparkling water.
Okay, so there
Yeah,
you go to the Spindrift Company that Tom Behan of Phoenix and Planet Fitness of Houston. This is the stuff to rejuvenate you stuff. So we're
right.
trying to get you some work, Tom. There you go.
There you go. Fine, thank you.
Now, okay, back to Planet Fitness. All right. I don't belong to a fitness place. I walk to the HEB. I put 40 miles on my truck every month. I walk every place. I live in a great neighborhood where I can walk. So how many people work at a Planet Fitness? You have 50 of them. So how many at each one?
Oh, you're going to put me on the spot here because I'm not that close to the operations. I let my son do all the hard work. But
Hey, Thomas, just
yes,
make
sir.
up a number. We don't
Okay.
care.
We
All
don't
right.
know.
I'd say there's probably 40 or 50 employees for each one of them.
Oh, okay.
And Doug, you're absolutely right. I mean, there's so many people in the country that have their own way to to stay fit. The one thing that's happening in the industry, which is also affecting and helping Planet Fitness, is that so many people, especially the baby boomers, are understanding the value of strength training and being able to keep their bones, their bone density, and not, have some deficiencies with their bones becoming brittle, etc. And the science is all behind the benefits of strength training, and that's something that you can certainly do at home. You can do it with barbells. You can do it, with your own with your own body weight if you choose to. But the fitness industry has kind of responded to that, and they've got a pretty good combination of not just Planet Fitness, but most of the industry now is offering quite a bit of cardio equipment that everyone's used to, but then they're really starting to beef up their weight and weight machine offerings to fit that model. Also, Ozempic and the whole thing with these GLP-1 drugs that are starting to really take off in popularity. That's one of the things the medical world will tell you, that you really need to do some weight training if you're on those. So there's another market that's moving in as well. Pretty interesting.
Okay, so there at your Planet Fitness, I do my weights. Can I go over to the cafeteria and get a little sparkling water, Spindrift, whatever it was, and a muffin and some GLP Ozempic? Same thing? Can I, one-stop shopping?
No, you can't do any of that.
What good is that?
You might find a vending machine with some water or whatever, but no, we're a pretty bare bones operation. We just keep a large inventory of high quality machines and cardio and weights, and keep it spotless and make it convenient. We're close to neighborhoods and demographics that fit our particular market. So we're also not we're kind of pointing towards the people that are a little intimidated by athletic clubs, and they don't really want to be around people that are super fit. Maybe they feel like they just are relatively new to a club, or they're maybe a casual user, and that's our market. It's a very large market because there's only about 20% of the U.S. population that's in athletic clubs on a regular basis.
Okay, so I've got an interesting situation for you for your advertising campaign. Those who are a little bit shy about the first time working out, and they've got a little roll around the middle there. When you have what do they call them? Those running bikes where you're running. How about a modesty curtain that goes around it?
Yeah, that'd be nice. I think that's something we would definitely have to. Excuse me one second. There we go. Now you're back.
Oh, okay. All right.
Technical difficulty there. But, I don't know that it's
going into a new world of magic. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know that the modesty curtain would hold up to scrutiny of having places that are walled off anywhere in a public gym. That's not a good idea. There's, you were a teenager once. You would probably be pretty attracted to some opportunity like that. So we'll pass on that suggestion, Doug.
Okay, now this has been beautiful, and you notice that I'm wearing my SAE Trooper Texas Gamma, which is
yes.
of our fraternity, and I
Right.
got my SA shirt on here, in
Yeah.
your honor. The Tom has a couple of questions. The first one is TK. What was your question concerning the Planet Fitness?
Well, Thomas, here's an in-depth question that I've been thinking about the last day or two. How many homes do you feel that you supply them towels for their bathrooms?
I'm so proud to tell you 0, Tom.
Really?
We don't supply towels. That's a luxury that again, with our particular model, we stay pretty bare bones and don't have that expense or amenity. So
Well, that's a good idea because I can just imagine going into everybody's bathroom in the neighborhood and they're seeing Planet Fitness on the towel, but then they may think
yes.
of that as a status symbol,
Well,
and
I
then
tell
we
you
got
what
free
though,
advertising.
the industry and my experience in Alaska, we did have that problem because we did provide towels, but we fixed it with a little sensor that goes into each towel, and
Hmm.
there's a sensor on the doors as you exit, and if that sensor hits the other sensor, there's an alarm that goes off, and someone says, "Hey, I know you didn't mean to, but you probably have a towel somewhere in your bag, and we need to have it
And they're
back."
going, what? What?
Yeah,
Who,
who,
me?
me?
Who,
Yeah,
me?
right. Exactly.
All
Well, that's
right.
great.
Okay. This is good. Now, I have a question too. Now, this is a stat question. You have all 50 stores around the Houston area, large population, each store. What's the percentage of men to women that come into your place? What percentage is it?
In our model, it's weighted towards women slightly. It's about 55% to 45%.
Okay. Now, in all of the relationship magazines and books and social media, that the gym is a great place to hook up because there's more women there, correct? You just proved it.
Well, with Planet Fitness, that's true, and I think that probably carries over to some extent in most clubs these days. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So follow me here. Okay. This could be something that could be of advertising thing for you people. Not only selling Planet Fitness logo towels already bagged to you, make a fortune there,
Right.
because
Right.
then it's a status symbol if it's using the colors of your place. But here's another thing. Okay. If Planet Fitness is a great place to hook up, all right. If the manager, now let me back up a little bit. A minister can perform a marriage. A ship captain can perform a marriage. What if a manager of the Planet Fitness can perform a marriage?
I think that would be admirable. I think that'd be good. I don't know how many people in our model, again, we're pretty specific on who we target as people that we're marketing to. Most of our folks are, well, no, I stand corrected. There is a group of young people that are really kind of swarming into gyms, including ours. I don't know what's the generation past Gen Z, or is it Gen Z? It's the 18 to 24-year-olds or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
The ones that can't spell. It's the
yeah,
generation that can't spell.
right. No, yeah, I think the gym is probably, well, it is a social place, although it's kind of interesting. The studies suggest that, as you well know, loneliness is an issue in our country, in many ages, especially older people. And
I don't know
people,
why I've got remote.
yeah, right. Yeah, there's a lot of strategies. Gym is one of them, though. Even if you don't interact with other people, it's just the fact that other people are around. There
Yes.
seems to be kind of a phenomenon of, instead of an exercise band at home alone, I'd rather be maybe using this machine or these barbells and have activity around me.
Yes. Well, that's similar to having a drink at home or going out to the pub and watching a game.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
very similar.
Yeah. So maybe that's what you should notify your son, is put out a little email search and see if there aren't some people who have hooked up there and wish to get married at the Planet Fitness. That would be a terrific, terrific advertising thing there. That'd be terrific.
That would. I know they like our clubs. I don't know if they like them that much, but
Well, you
we
look
can
at it
sure
this
ask
way.
you the question.
If you're having a wedding, you've got the space and you've
Well,
got
that's
the
true.
facilities.
That's very
All
true.
they have to do is bring in the food. You do that for them, catering,
Yeah.
and then you clean up. So they just come in, run one check, and you get married at Planet Fitness. That's
Yeah.
all.
I like it. I think I like your towel idea a little better.
Uh, we're expanding. We're
Yeah.
expanding. Towels go into hats and keychains.
Yes.
Now, you've been traveling. Tom, do you have any trips coming up here soon?
You know, short answer is no. We have a very large family reunion that is scheduled to be in Scottsdale this Thanksgiving, and
Okay.
we're pretty well focusing all of our resources and you know interest on that particular event. We're gonna have like 33 people, and
Oh,
it's going to be a big reunion. So a lot of stuff going on there. We're excited about it because we've got obviously a big family, and we did this in Colorado about 14 years ago. So it's been a while. All the kids are older, and the cousins are older, and so
well, now that they've all
want-
gotten older and they've changed, you're going to have to get those Planet Fitness name tags for them.
yeah, right. Well, oh, it's even worse than that, Doug. It's you don't do just name tags these days. You've got to have like a jacket with the emblem, and there's got to be some way to distinguish your group, and it's a whole different world. It's been quite an education.
Well, Thomas, I know what you're talking about when you have a large family reunion. Because first of all, we call our family reunions an intimate fiasco. So, instead of putting the t-shirts or the jackets on, we just don't let anybody out of the house. Everybody is housebound, and
There you go.
everything's catered, brought in. That way, there's no tomfoolery going on. So, you might want to think about that as an option.
Where am I going to pin 33 people together?
Hey, they stack up pretty nice.
Yeah, although I will say, my daughter came up with a great emblem. She calls it a ski weekend, SKI, and SKI means spending the kids' inheritance. And that's what the jackets are going to. That's what the jackets are going to be, a ski reunion. Yeah.
Ski weekend, yeah. Now, TK has a valid reason to ask this question and give you advice, because TK is one of 8 of an Irish family.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So he knows
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
TK, you have a very interesting question to ask Tom. Give him the background and go ahead.
Hey, Tom, you watched some of the previous Happy Camper interviews, and I grew up in Indiana on a popcorn farm, and so we always like to make sure that do you like popcorn, and if so, how do you cook it? Do you cook it on top of the stove? Do you put it in the microwave? In your case, you might just want to set it outside on the sidewalk for a while.
That could work, yes. Haven't tried that yet, but there are some days I'm sure.
I got some popcorn right here.
There you are. No, to answer your question, Tom, we do a little bit of all of that. We love popcorn. When we make it on the stove, it's with vegetable oil or coconut oil, probably coconut oil these days. And just have it pop until hopefully it stops and we don't burn it. And almost the same thing with listening carefully in the microwave. If we do have a microwave, store-bought option that we need to do something quickly. And both of those are, I'd say we're about 50-50 on that.
Which one's your favorite?
I think, you mean brand-wise?
No.
Stovetop
or microwave?
Definitely the stovetop. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. The closer you can get to, real fresh, I think that's the best, right? Now, you're the expert.
Well, we used to grow popcorn for Jiffy Pop. We used to grow Jiffy Pop popcorn.
All right.
So
Yeah. Well, that's a very well-known brand. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's great.
And Indiana and Ohio area right there is really the premium spot for growing any type of corn, whether it's sweet corn or popcorn. But we can't follow the crowd. We had to go the other direction.
So how did, Tommy, if you don't mind me asking, how did popcorn originate as a plant? I mean, you obviously you grow specific corn for that purpose, correct?
Yes, yes. You have it looks just it grows just like sweet corn,
Who who in,
except
who
on
invented it?
the cob.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have the popcorn seeds on there.
Yes, right, right. So was that a fluke somewhere in the past where something all of a sudden jumped into a fire and it popped, or how did that happen?
I have no idea. I do know it went back thousands of years. The Indians used to pop it and eat it. So
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
yeah, it's not a hybrid per se, like it was just something created in the last 100 years. It's been around a really long time.
Oh,
What,
that's great. Interesting.
wasn't it the Aztec? Wasn't it the Aztecs or the Incas who did that? Something like that?
Oh,
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Hey, who's going to cross references? Anybody going to go, well, I got an uncle that's an Aztec. I'm going to go ask them.
It's called Wikipedia or that
But
guy AI. Yeah.
Tom, maybe you can tell me where the ultra premium popcorn comes from that they serve in the movie theaters and charge $6 or $8 a bag.
That is a special. There used to be a place in Indiana called Cousin Willie's, and Cousin Willie, that's what they grew. They specialized in popcorn theater, popcorn,
Ah, okay. I
and
didn't I didn't know. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
there's all types of technical versions of how it pops. They got some
yeah.
they call it cauliflower, some call it split half, and so there's companies that actually grow those particular types of popcorn. And as a
So yeah.
matter of fact, one of our sponsors is a popcorn retailer called Doug.
Got the
Doug, come back.
got the can right here.
Oh, there you go.
Cracker Box popcorn,
Cracker Box.
Lander, Wyoming. Yes,
Nice.
oh Maxie. Yes, she's up there. It's one of our sponsors. Yeah.
Can you get
As
it
a
on
matter,
Amazon?
Uh, I don't know how she says it, but she sends us popcorn, and our crack advertising art department came up with this. This is our billboard for this Cracker Box popcorn of Lander, Wyoming.
Wonderful.
307-335-7020. Maxie up there in Lander, Wyoming.
Very professional. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
matter of fact, Thomas, we have a Camp Kennerk popcorn up there.
Oh,
That's an
you do?
exclusive. Oh yeah, yeah, and it's
Great.
exclusive. And when you talk to her, ask her to throw in a bag of Camp Kennerk popcorn because it's a secret family recipe we've had for generations.
Oh, I might just do that exactly, Tom. That sounds intriguing. Thank you.
Well, that's why we were quite impressed with you drinking that spendthrift soda to try and get you as an influencer, So just if it works, just send us a case or two to us here, get the Camp Kennerk. Yeah.
Well, Doug, as you can imagine, there are other things in my refrigerator that I could have pulled out, but I decided to keep it PG here.
Well, Tom, we have a motto here, and it's called drinking beer, watching sports, and looking at girls. So there you go.
All right. Yeah. 3 great pastimes. Yeah.
It's not necessarily in that order, Thomas.
Right. I understand. Yeah. That's good.
Now, Tom, we have a question for you. I'd like to wrap this up. It's been absolutely beautiful. If we answer this question, we have a question for you. You've led a very interesting life from El Paso to Anchorage, Alaska, to Seattle, to Houston, Phoenix, and now up there in Flagstaff. What words of wisdom would you tell members of your family, a nephew, a niece, a high school student, a college student? What would you tell them about your life and words of wisdom for them?
I think, Doug, well, all three of us, we've lived a long life. We've had a lot of blessings. You realize that life is a series of choices. There's big ones and there's little ones, but your cumulative choices affect you in the long run, obviously, and even in the short run. But what I would suggest for younger people is to talk to an older person who's been there before, a mentor, someone who can give you some advice or maybe just some kind of a perspective that perhaps you don't have that will help you make a better choice. And I've seen many lives affected, some of them ruined, and then many also flourish because they've made either the right or the wrong decision in part of their path. And the more input you can get, the more you can come up with maybe a better decision than otherwise. And that's what I would suggest.
Very wise
sound.
words. Very wise words. Tom, TK, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just going to agree with you, Douglas. I know that doesn't happen very often, but yeah, here it is. It's on tape, man. We can't back that up.
Yeah, very wise words, Tom. Beautiful, beautiful, and well said. For your participation, we have a gift for you, and I'll get your address from you after we finish this podcast. But Doug the Neighbor has a charity that I've been working at for the last 6.5 years. It's called the Top of Possum Trot Flipper Walk, where I walk up Possum Trot in flippers to raise money for Dell Children's. And next June will be our 7th year. We've raised a lot of money for Dell Children's Cancer Fund, and we have a small our motto is flip off Big C, and we have these gifts for you, which are keychain flippers.
Oh, great. I'll take the green one. I'll give Chris the pink one.
Okay, well, I'll send you a handful for your family, and I'll send these to you to flip off Big C. And you mentioned you had Squamous. We both had Squamous.
Yes,
so
right.
Gratitude for any of your friends who are going through the difficult time like that. Flip off Big C. Get them laughing.
I like that a lot. That's great, Doug. Yeah, well done. Appreciate that.
Now, thank you very much for joining our podcast of our mayhem and chaos. Beautiful stuff. Your story is a beautiful, beautiful story. And your message to younger people is beautiful. And thank you very much. Do you have any last words?
No, just you guys keep up the good work here. I can tell you're having a good time. Doug, it's always good to see you, brother. We'll see you at the next reunion, hopefully.
Okay. Play ball.
All right, over and out.
Aaron, go brawl.